This is a story that takes place. I'm going to tell you the story. It's kind of a messy story. It takes place over a lot of years because it started with my friend Mike, who told me this story. This happened to him back in the 90s. He was going home for Christmas, and he lives in Connecticut. He grew up in Connecticut in some shitty shit town in shitty Connecticut. And he didn't like going home. He's one of those people, he came from a place, doesn't like it anymore. And he goes back, he doesn't know how to handle his family, you know? And he came from a family of white racists, and he doesn't like going home. But it's still home. So he went home for Christmas one year, and everybody's hanging out during the day, talking, having lunch. And his father and his brother both work at this factory, and his brother's grousing about his day at work. And he goes, yeah, and then this fucking nigger fell asleep with the forklift. And then my friend Mike heard that, and he went, oh, God, why am I part of this people? I hate this. And he felt bad. And then that night, he's in the kitchen, and he's having a warm milk or whatever. And I don't know why that's funny, but what that says about him. Yeah, because he's a pussy. No. He's just sort of having some time to himself, and his cousin comes downstairs. We're staying, and his cousin, he likes his cousin. That's the one person he always felt connected with. And his cousin's like, what's wrong, man? And he says, well, geez, I come home, and I hoped that everything would be, normal, but then my brother says, he's about the factory, and this nigger fell asleep with the forklift. And his cousin goes, oh my God, the nigger fell asleep with the forklift? So this is the first part of the story, okay? So Mike tells me that story about how he's just not listened to by anybody in his family. And then later on, I get a job writing on a TV show for Cedric the Entertainer. Great guy. And he had a show, and he hired a writing staff, half white writers, half black writers. So at lunchtime, we talked about race. It was just, we'd have these provocative, interesting conversations, trading notes about race, with the white writers and the black writers. And I told that story. I told the whole thing about the guy, nigger in the forklift, and then the cousin saying, nigger in the forklift. And then one of the writers, a black writer, he goes, there's nothing worse than a nigger falling asleep at the forklift. Making it harder for the rest of us. Still, nobody's quite hearing what my friend was going through. And then, about a year later, I'm hanging out with my friend Dino. Dino's Greek. He has no dog in the race. He doesn't care either way. He's Greek. Greeks aren't white or black. You just got a big nose and he just stands there. I told Dino the whole story. I told him about the guy, the forklift, and then the black, and then Dino says, how do you fall asleep at a forklift?
In this episode of the Red Eye Report, we discuss how to do it yourself. We watch a documentary about bridges, and as usual, we muster the strength to tell Teddy he has a problem. You call people bruh way too much. Bruh.
Yeah. Hey, calm down, bruh.
With me this week is the soot-covered Ashtray. Everyone knows that Ashtray has a caretaker named Tootsie. What you all may not know is that he has another pet. That's right, a dolphin named Pookums. Whatever, I guess to each his own. It's not rape if you're willing, right, Ashtray?
It's a comfort animal.
Shut up. Next to him is the fluffy teddy bear. Recently, the KKK started recruiting black people to help in their cleansing of the dirty Latin race. Teddy instantly applied, because we all know he hates Mexicans. Why he hates our friends to the south is a little convoluted, though. Something about an oversized Polish sausage and a sombrero filled with Tabasco. Not sure what that's all about, but again, to each his own, right, Teddy?
Goddamn right, to each his own.
Then there's the all-seeing Oracle. Oracle's recent foray into the world of censorship has enlightened him a bit of the plight to those less fortunate than he. Not being able to access the right porn. Not getting his obscure sex toy packages on time, or at all for that matter. All of this experience into the other side of things made him a little emotional. And he almost released the 3 Vietnamese hookers he has chained up in the closet. Then he was like, who's gonna cook me fried rice on Tuesdays?
That's right. It's a cross that I have to bear, man.
The Chinese broads he sniffs on the subway, that's who's gonna cook us fucking rice for.
Smell people on the subway, that is kind of creepy. We've also got a guest with us tonight. His name is Mr. Arkade. And I don't really know much about him, other than he's got a YouTube channel and he loves Polish sausage and Tabasco. Sombreros, however, that's a different story. Last and least, I'm the Mystic. A lot of you fuckers out there don't know this, but I was the last person to win the Triple Crown of racism. I once offended a Mexican, a black dude, and an Asian at the same time. How? I accidentally called the janitor at a Taco Bell chink. Turns out his name tag was misspelled. It was Ching. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Oh, you're
Hey,
terrible.
some work, some don't, right? Some work, some don't.
I was waiting on a circle jerk
Fuck you.
joke.
All right, we're on a do-it-yourself podcast talking about do-it-yourself types of shit.
Right.
That's irony encapsulated. So let's start it off. Who's talking first? Oracle.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about DIY publishing, more focused on the written word type stuff. And there's a link to this. Mystic and I started doing this project where it's kind of like a book, and then it's this audio book type thing. So we were exposed to trying to find publishers, what some of these indie publishers are like out there, what Amazon has going on. So one thing real quick, kind of just a background of the notable moments in self-publishing histories. And this is on Poets and Writers, which is a great magazine. So, of course, you have the Gutenberg Press back in 1450. One interesting thing, are you guys familiar with William Blake at all? Ever hear of William Blake?
See the guy that killed his
So
wife?
he's 1783, actually. And this guy he would do these enlightened or illuminated texts, which basically he was having like short pieces of poetry and stuff, but he would also do paintings. Mm-hmm. He would actually do engravings. So it was kind of like graphic novels.
You ever seen the movie Red
before
Dragon?
graphic novels? No.
Like the
That's
Hannibal
that's where
Lecter.
the Red Dragon term comes from. Well, William Blake painting.
Okay.
Yeah, he was way ahead of his time, 250 years ahead of his time. But he didn't enjoy any success until really in the 1960s, when hippies got a hold of his shit, and they're like, "Wow, this is really far out, man." It is really cool, though.
The fucking colors, man.
it is really cool. Yeah, so he was kind of like, that's the thing about these indie guys, and I guess one of the great things about it is because maybe they don't have commercial success, but they don't have to worry about the limitations of what the commercial guidelines. So you can get some real innovation as a result of that. Another interesting old do-it-yourselfer that I never really thought of was Benjamin Franklin. And he would do the Farmer's Almanac back in the day.
Really?
And back then, especially in the colonies, everything was do-it-yourself pretty much. But basically, Franklin would work on this.
Yeah. Or your slaves.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He would work on this, and he would pull together a lot of the proverbs and stuff like that and put them together in the collection. But he said that this was a much more successful endeavor. And he actually made a good deal of money from it. And he was doing it for a long ass time. I think it might have even been like 25 years or something like that. So kind of some interesting do-it-yourself type stuff. Now, for modern, what we think about modern stuff is really hinged on the internet and how that changed things. So you have print-on-demand companies, which still exist. So before, you'd have to worry about big publishers, which would have an enormous amount of overhead to make a run of your books. They'd have to spend tens of thousands of dollars. Now there are these indie publishers where you can get stuff printed on spec. That's for the printed word. And
What's that mean?
those still
like a small.
So I could say I want 200 books. They will print only 200 books, and then I will sell those 200 books. I will get a rate at that. Whereas printers before would have to print
Right.
10,000
The
books.
minimum to get the presses
Right.
going and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So there are more of these indie type things out there, although that's changed quite a bit because of the ebooks. And Amazon is really the biggest one that's pushing that. So Amazon, they have things like Kindle singles, which are shorter pieces of fiction. And then they just have, it's like Amazon Publishing or something. I don't know. It's not creative. The name isn't creative at all. But they're really changing the dynamic. And now one thing that they're starting to do is they're actually giving out those advances to kind of celebrity authors to bring them into the fray, have exclusive ebook type stuff. Now, so an interesting thing about this is you kind of have two different sides. So it's great that people can get their stuff published and they don't have to worry about necessarily going through like the big 4, big 5 publishers. But also you have a bunch of people that can't write worth a shit putting their stuff out there, and it's flooding the market. Really
problem, in my opinion.
for authors, for writers, there's only like the top maybe 5% that actually makes real money. An overwhelming percentage, I think, for authors, they recently did a survey. Median income of just strictly authors was like £10,000. This was in the UK.
A year.
A year.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And actually, most writers earn less than £600.
I'd earn
a
more
year.
giving out handies in the back lot.
Right. So it's worse than even like actors. You know, the top 1%, the celebrity authors make the money. There are success stories with people that were publishing on their own, and actually, you will read a lot of insiders that go away, that are getting away from the traditional publishers, because if you go through Penguin or something like that, right away they're going to take 70% of what you make.
Yeah.
And actually, the amount of money that authors have been getting paid has been dropping dramatically. So it kind of democratizes, but it's lowering the median.
I just read this article about these authors that were like Hatchet, I guess, was trying to like up their price or like lessen what authors got. And I forgot what the author's name was. He was a big dude, big name author though. He was like, you know what? Fuck you. It's ridiculous.
Right.
I'm gonna do my own shit.
Exactly. And actually, I found a really interesting kind of blog from Jane Friedman, and she was talking about how she was at the tail end of her, or when she first released her book. HarperCollins spent about $75,000 on launching my first book. So there were posters up in rail stations, airports, stuff like that. And then that doesn't exist anymore. That kind of stuff doesn't exist, that investment, but these publishers still make the same amount of money. Right. They're just not paying. If you're not the big guy, right. And they're even trying to fuck the big guys over, like big guys, like
Stephen
fucking
King.
Yeah, Stephen King. But even he's doing stuff with Amazon. Yeah.
Right.
What people don't realize is the publishers are making a killing when you walk into Walmart or whatever and you go through the book section. That's just kind of the marketed. They're just churning those books out. They're making tens of thousands of dollars, and they have interns and teams that are actually writing those books.
Right.
Those aren't brilliant authors.
We discussed that before. Yeah, it's just their name. They like oversee the outline.
It's their name.
Some understudy intern fleshes out the story. Like, who's it? Dean Koontz does that, and so does
Yeah, what's that guy who's
other
like
one
the most richest or something?
Tom Clancy.
Oh, Tom Clancy has a
Clancy,
number probably.
Yeah, he probably has interns and shit working for him. Yeah, so it's a business. It goes both ways. They're kind of people. There are people that
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know. I'm looking
don't
it up
think-
though.
Oh, Google
Look
it.
this shit. I'm googling this shit.
I don't think Tom Clancy's dead. Or yeah, actually he is.
Okay. Well,
Maybe he is.
we're running over on time, so next up we got Ashtray, who actually does his own. He takes Bic lighters and
Decoupages them.
yeah, whatever he does to them, decoupages. That's a good. That's
It's a good way to describe it.
Description.
Yeah. Basically, I take found art, wrap it around a Bic lighter, and then sell it as a one-of-a-kind lighter. Wham bam.
That sounds so.
That's so sus. It sounds so fucking. Oh, that's awesome. I take two people's ideas, put them together, and then I sell them as mine.
Made, like this
Awesome.
assembly line thing. I should have taken some pictures and put a.
Yeah, put it on the website.
Yeah, so I have this Willy Wonka factory in my basement. I've done a little bit of DIY manufacturing in the sense of, well, I want to make these faster, and how can I make them faster? Well, I eventually got to where if you want to start streamlining things like an assembly line, you need to have certain parts that are precise, and so I invested in a 3D printer.
Dude, I went to ask you also. I bought a couple Zippos. Do you think you could do something with Zippos?
I mean, I could do the general process on the Zippos, but I can't do a whole shit ton of Zippos.
Well, no. I mean, if I sent you like 5 or 6 Zippos with an idea of what I wanted to have done to them, could you do them? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because I can't find the kind of Zippo that I want. Well, the one with the Ace card on is actually all right, but
I could do it in
Okay.
the same process. Yeah.
okay, continue on. My bad. All right, cool.
Oh yeah,
What?
that was a little bit of a detour.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, do this personal favor for me. We're on the air.
Tangential.
Anyways, we I got this Willy Wonka factory going. And I kind of did just through online tutorials and stuff, taught myself a basic enough amount of 3D CAD design experience to make my own crude little factory parts, which has increased my operation to where I can run right now 380 lighters through at one time with these bars with these custom little clips that can hold them all in the same position so that they can run through the dipping process.
Did you make a little conveyor belt?
Not yet. That's what I have to work on this summer, and that's like a
I
whole
want
new
to see a little. I
ballgame.
want to see a little video of a conveyor belt with a little.
I know.
going down it.
Eventually, I want to be getting this conveyor belt. That's a whole nother fucking ball game. That's what I was bitching about the earlier episode about fucking YouTube DIY. Oh, here's how you do this. Well, I kind of don't know. It'd be like if I decided I was gonna start my own little podcast about how to do 3D printing. Like, I can just do what I need, and I still need to even do more than that. It's a continual learning process, but the only other thing I wanted to say as far as kind of DIY manufacturing would be, I'm sure you've heard of Adreno boards.
No.
No?
Is
What is
that
that?
alien or some shit? Like,
No,
Adreno boards.
they are the...
Sounds like a good band name.
I'm sure there's been TED Talks about them. Here's a link.
Oh, are they like the computer board?
Yeah, they're the little circuit boards that have a USB port, and basically, I guess they've somehow
You
they
mean
did.
the Raspberry Pi type things.
Yep, it's similar. Raspberry Pi, I guess, is on the
Arduino,
same.
Not Adreno.
Whatever.
You said
So say-
Adreno board. It sounds like.
Yes, I did say Adreno boards.
Thank you, Captain Correction.
Hey, no.
Yeah,
It
thanks,
was
Sid.
like a Mountain Dew commercial. New Adreno boards.
Well, I think it sounds cooler than Arduino. Is that what you said? Yeah.
Carl's
Anyways.
Jr. Fuck you.
So these circuit boards, actually, the kind of earlier series MakerBots were based on these type of circuit boards. The programming, it's basically a circuit board you can upload a program into via USB, and you can plug a multitude of different sensors or motors and stuff into it. And if you know how to do this programming language, which I guess is fairly simple compared to traditional, like trying to program electronics, you can do some cool stuff. And if you can make a 3D printer operate, there's a lot of the possibilities are almost innumerable. And you'll see even just like silly stuff like a certain YouTube video of a guy who had a cat. He had only one cat could eat this certain food because it had an allergy. So he put this thing on this cat's collar. So only when that cat came over by the food, then the adrenal board would sense it and open up the tray for his food.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, like it's just silly shit. But like all you need is the right sensors. This board is like it's the brain, and you just got to plug the right sensors. Like a sensor that can read that thing. And you can even put sensors in for like how a cell phone tells whether it's up, down, or you're tilting it. Those kind of sensors. All those things can be plugged into.
Anyway, we're running.
So
word.
Yeah,
that's some
talk about a
DIY
detour.
Make your shit.
It's not a detour. I'm talking about atomic, motherfucker.
So before we move on to video games, make sure that you guys know that we have a Facebook, facebook.com, like everybody else, / the Red Eye Report. And
Hashtag go fuck yourself.
www.theredeyereport.com. Teddy is up next with, I don't even know what he's going to fucking talk about.
Yeah.
We kind of just throw this shit together, people. So, I mean,
we do.
Listen.
Yeah. Do-it-yourself video games. I have a lot of systems, and they're all modded because I did it myself. Yay!
So that's your do-it-yourself video game?
That's your do-it-yourself. I modded my system. That's not.
Boom!
That's not DIY video
Xbox
gaming.
Ones. I'm in the
Well,
club.
no,
He's cool. I've never done it.
Well, no, if you want to do it yourself, if you want to make your own video game, then you can get fucking. They do have programs, but yeah, that's what I was thinking of, like little modifications you do for your systems, and now controllers, because I have to modify my fight stick came with a fucking 4-way gate, and I need an 8-way gate because you can't play a fight game with a 4-way gate. It's fucking gay. I don't know why they ship this.
So it's only up, down, left, right. They don't have the.
No, it's the square. The gate is square. The fight stick, the arcade stick. It's a.
Hey, I'm trying to just sound cool and hip.
Does nobody not know what I'm talking about?
Well, I'm trying to
I don't know
understand
what
it.
a 4-way
4-gate or an 8-gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 4-gate, does that mean you can only go up, down, left, right?
No. It's got 4 corners. It's square.
Okay.
If you look
I see
like,
what you're saying.
yeah, if you look at your Xbox 360 analog stick, you know how it goes in a circle. On a arcade, you can go
You
up.
can actually
up,
get a full range of motion with some arcades.
Right. Yeah. And the
The
one they
8-gate
shipped,
is the full.
Yeah.
the 8-gate is the octagonal gate. They usually ship them with a 4-way gate, which is the fucking square, which I didn't know they did that.
You should have got
I
the
did, I
upgrade,
bought-
Teddy.
That shit's horrible.
But, yeah, it is horrible actually. So now I'll have to buy a new one and. Say what?
I'm not cool enough to play shit like that. So
That
sorry.
salesman just misled you.
So
Well, it wasn't
that's
a
really all
salesman,
you got? I mean, that's cool.
Yep, that's
I get
all
it.
he's
That's
got.
cool. I mean,
Let's go to somebody else.
just
Fuck y'all.
bootleg shit, right? Okay. Well, we didn't plan that the black guy was the one who talked about bootleg and shit. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, did you look up anything about actually making your own games?
Yes, I did actually.
You lying motherfucker. You're
So
Googling
where's
that
the
shit
game then?
right now.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
Googling it right now. Right now.
When's the drop
Somewhere.
date?
All right. Anyway, no, you can make your own games, right?
You can. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Didn't that dude recreate that Mario level, the first level of Mario?
Right.
Oh yeah.
With his own
Yeah,
They
he
had
did it
that
with,
Unity.
Unity.
Yeah, he did it with Unity. Yeah.
Well, that Hotline Miami
They have
was
that
just
Mario
made by
Maker.
two.
It's not even just video games; it's all software. I mean, like you can do,
Yeah.
Special effects that are movie quality if you're good enough with
Right,
your
with-
own system.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
if you want, you can download Unity and Titanium and stuff and do
with
your own
enough
games. if you
time
want to.
and 2 liters of Dr. Pepper, you can get a lot of shit done.
I mean,
No, you don't- not
learned
Dr.
After
Pepper's, you gotta have
Effects,
Monster
Cinema 4D
drinks.
shit on my own because I couldn't. I didn't have money to get a Mac, and my fucking professors only knew Mac because they're fucking bitches, I guess.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I had to
Thanks for taking
learn
it.
Premiere and all that shit
Industry-
myself. You know what I mean? I was like,
industry
I can
bitches.
only afford a fucking PC. Sorry, I'm in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
You know? See,
That's why I have this. Otherwise, I'd have a Mac.
Yeah, right. That's right. I mean, they're not. It's not like
Yeah,
they're
if
not
money wasn't a
fucking-
concern.
Right, yeah, they're not. They're good for what. I mean, I could pay way less.
I don't even think that matters as much anymore,
No,
though.
you
Does
got
it?
1800
not.
for it?
No.
The
It does
specs
not.
are better than a MacBook Pro.
But the specs don't exist.
No, and that was the Chinese one. He got one from Amazon US. What kind was it? Asus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't bad.
Well, I have
All right.
970 NVIDIA 970 card in there, which just came out and
You're
fucking.
awesome.
Oh, that's so.
Uh,
We don't know
that's
what-
so
we don't know what-
DIY.
I don't know what.
So DIY.
He's the dude that's
All right.
I just got Nintendo. It doesn't come out for 3 weeks, but I got it.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Who's next? Or is that,
No, it's me. Shut up, man. I'm
Hurry
trying to
up.
segue here. Stop fucking up my mojo. All right.
He's googling this shit. He's not trying to segue.
No. So, I was going to talk about do-it-yourself filmmaking, video making type shit. Oracle's been around. We've made some videos. One that I fucked up the footage for, but it was really cool, the concept and shit, with some special effects and stuff.
It was not gay porn. Just wanna,
No.
it was actually
Not
gay.
what I
It was
heard.
close, but no, it wasn't. So the first person I thought of was Robert Rodriguez, and he has a book called Rebel Without a Crew, or How a 23-year-old Filmmaker with $7,000 Became a Hollywood Player. And basically he made El Mariachi, I think that was the actual Spanish title. Was it?
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Huh?
If it's the same one I'm thinking of, it was good.
Yeah, it was his first movie, and that was the one he made, like you said, for $7,000. Did it all himself. He ran, and to this day, you watch a Robert Rodriguez movie, and he does like half of the crew. He's like the
Yeah.
cameraman, the editor, the fucking special
He's
effects
very involved.
supervisor, the fucking director, producer, fucking. He does everything.
If you want it to
Kevin
be
Smith
right.
was
Yeah,
did
Kevin
another
Smith's the exact
himself.
same way.
He made Clerks. Basically took out a $20,000 credit card loan, or he had a credit card for $20,000. Tried to go to school in Toronto and thought it was going to be all hands-on, which is the problem that I had when I went to school. And it wasn't, so he dropped
really?
out, took the rest of the money, and just made Clerks. And now he's fucking rich as shit. We all know his movies. And like I said, I went to, it wasn't film school, but it was
Yeah,
digital
media school
media
or something.
production, so I got a lot of production aspect of it. But I thought it was a lot of theoretical production. Like you did it hands-on, but very limited. You know what I mean? I wanted to go out there and make this shit. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's why
In
you're
the
going to
class.
school.
That's why I'm going to school. But it just wasn't. And I feel that now with the technology, like I said, I taught myself the editing software, After Effects for the motion graphics and titling and shit like that, and the effects that I did have. This shit isn't impressive, but I learned how to do it. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's out there. Things like YouTube propel that. And see, you guys like that segue? YouTube. Boom. Mr. Arkade. We're having him on the show tonight because he does a YouTube channel. We have the
Small. Very small.
hey, whatever, dude. You do it. You know what I mean? You don't have the. You ever seen the movie? I like to convey my messages in movie quotes. But anyway,
No, it works. Go
you
for
ever
it.
seen High Fidelity with John Cusack?
Oh yeah,
Oh, that
the
one I
record
know.
guy,
That was the
right?
record guy, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
record store owner.
Record
Well,
store
his
owner.
girlfriend says at the end of it, he produces this album, these two kids, like it's like a techno thing. And she even said, she was like, oh, the great appreciator becomes the great producer. And he's like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you can't just sit around your whole fucking life and take in everything and criticize it without going out there and experiencing what it's like to do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I like about what you're doing. You're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to fucking get my shit, you know what I mean? My computer, my camera, my microphone, and I'm going to fucking try to entertain you. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's exactly what I think the Reddit report is doing. And so
I was always kind of that asshole that would make you sit there and watch me play the game. Like, no, just one more level. I don't share well with the controller.
Right.
So it's just an excuse to play video games, and actually people want to watch it. Some of them do.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, he plays older games. I saw the Mario. I think all of the Mario Kart ones. No.
The Mario Kart was a
So you do commentary while playing?
What's the name of the channel?
Mario Kart was a barcade video that I did. The channel is just called Mr. Arcade.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, there's a link to it though. So I guess I just have a couple questions. What kind of schedule do you like to keep? Do you do how often do you do them?
When I started, I didn't really know how to put in intros and timers and effects and transitions and all that stuff. I tried to have one every day, maybe 2 every day, whatever I could just upload. But the more I learn in the editing, the longer it's taking. So it's getting to a point now where I'm going to try to keep 3 days a week. That should give me enough time, but I'm going to continue to learn more, and then there's just more time devoted.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, we try to do once a week, but sometimes that shit don't happen. And you get busy too. You know what I mean? Do it yourself is doing it yourself.
Right.
We don't have budgets. Shit like that.
A real job.
Right. It's a fucking job I have to go to. Exactly. So I guess do you like doing it? I mean, do you wanna foray or not foray, but branch out into other things? Audio, fucking.
Yeah, just to learn about all of it. Actually, I did go to school at one point for digital media television production, but I didn't make it very far because of this damn economy and loans and all that.
Yeah,
but
Fucking
totally lost my
Obama.
train of thought. Yeah, fucking Obama.
Yeah, until Obama fucked it up.
Yep.
Now he's just drinking beer.
Yeah.
Fucking 11
Drinking
a.m.
tall boys.
What?
Why is he
Obama.
drinking beer so early? What was it, like 11 a.m.?
11 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who? Obama?
Because
Son.
Unfortunately, I couldn't hear you guys for a second. I had my fucking headphones turned down, so I didn't hear what you said. What about it? Was it about Obama?
We're
I
just-
assume you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
We're
was
saying the
about
economy
Obama.
went to shit, and Obama's now just drinking beer
Yeah,
over in
fucking
Germany.
Obama, fuck him. Drinking German beer. Should be drinking American beer.
That's so un-American.
Exactly right.
Damn patriot.
Right. So check it out. It's it's Arcade Art. You said it's called.
Yeah, that's what the link is.
Okay, Arcade Art. Check it out. That's Mr. Arcade doing it himself on YouTube. Here on the Red Eye Report, we like to have other people try to do it themselves. And we had a couple of colleagues that we were like, hey, you guys want to come on the show and teach us how to make crack? And
A couple of my cousins,
didn't
actually.
work out. Yeah, it didn't work out too good. So
Oh, that's all they knew
but
how
hey,
to do.
we salvaged some of the audio. Listen up.
Hello, folks, and welcome to 30 Years of Cooking Crack. Tonight we got a great recipe from Richard Pryor.
That's right, and Bob, man, he had some good shit.
That he did, Tom, that he did. Now, first, what you want to do is get your George Foreman grill ready and let it heat up. And while you do that, you get your baking soda ready.
Yeah, no, it's turned up high.
And you put the cut on the baking soda and you stir it up.
Well, now, I think you need to turn it down.
Then you get
Oh, shit! Shit! Stop, drop, and roll, motherfucker! Stop, drop, and roll! Shit! Somebody call an ambulance! This motherfucker's on fire! Oh, shit, logo, your froze fucked up.
We get the Red Eye Report here. Promise that no crackheads were hurt during that filming. Wi-Fi power.
None of the crackheads that we own.
Perfect. We own them?
Well, not all crackheads, not those ones.
How do you determine who?
Dude, the slavery episode is over, bro.
Oh,
You have standards for crackheads?
sorry, I'm on the wrong episode.
Standards, yes. We should come up with those, like the five standards to be a crackhead. Like if you've ever stolen a black and white television, you're a fucking crackhead.
You might be a crackhead if.
Yeah, there you go. We should have Teddy do that. Holy shit, that's funny. Like Teddy should be like the Jeff Fox where the
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome, yeah. That actually
You might be a crackhead
if. That's
You
fucking
might
have
be a
Oracle be
crackhead.
like, Jay Donovan here. If you've ever. Anyway, sorry, we're getting way off fucking topic. Wi-Fi power, Oracle.
Yeah. So a battery-free camera was modified so it could scavenge power from ambient Wi-Fi signals, store it, and then use it to take photos.
Some of those words.
Power? Like actual, like,
Power,
it's like
yes.
charging
What'd you say?
itself?
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Weird.
So the system known as Power over Wi-Fi was developed at the University of Washington in Seattle. The team realized that the energy contained in ambient Wi-Fi signals that are now ubiquitous often came close to the operating voltages required by a variety of low-powered devices. Unfortunately, because Wi-Fi signals are broadcast in bursts across different frequencies, the required amount of energy was only available too intermittently to be useful. So what they did is they put noise in between the data, so it was just kind of constantly sending out the energy. And then the device collects that. And this is still in the early stages, so it was able to snap
does the
a photo.
Wi-Fi router have to actually put out the extra noise? Like, what's putting out that extra noise to fill the gap?
It's in between it doesn't affect the computer or something like
and it
that.
doesn't affect.
But it might affect your power bill.
Yeah, exactly. Either your power bill or your bandwidth. Like maybe if you're on a limited bandwidth.
True.
I don't know if that's a thing.
But anyway, they're looking at
I want
this.
to pay off for some moocher who's just driving outside trying to charge your cell phone off my Wi-Fi. Fuck.
Right, but if you
Drive by
they're looking at this because they're trying to for the Internet of Things and powering appliances in the home. And this is kind of like some Tesla shit. You're starting to get stuff where it actually isn't wired. So I think it's really interesting work. I'll be watching this one closely. So kind of a cool advance that they're getting to work out there.
Word.
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds like it fucking would be awesome. So I don't have to charge my phone fucking 4 times a day because
right.
You have this massive fucking phone shit, and I have all this shit running at one time.
They have you seen at Mayfair? They have charging stations for your phone.
For real?
Yeah, you just bring a USB cord and you can plug into these little
Where at?
kiosk Mayfair Mall. It's out in Milwaukee.
Oh shit! They just
For
have
free?
little
You don't have to put a
kiosks where you
quarter
just
in or
hang out
anything?
there and- Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't have to pay for them or anything?
No, you just plug in your phone.
Really?
It's the most ridiculous thing.
They don't
I've ever
even
seen.
make you go
When
through
it's
any
gotten to that
advertising?
point.
Like,
Sorry?
what's the catch? What's the catch?
No, but he's
Your soul.
What he's trying to say, yeah, exactly. You're at the mall for long enough that you're gonna need a phone charger.
Right.
Like I was a mall rat when I was in middle school, but it was never to the point where I was trying to I'd go on a Hot Topic and be like, "Can I just borrow an outlet for 10 minutes?"
right. I need a fix. I need to charge.
Yes.
Right, I hear.
Yeah, then you got to stay there by your phone
maybe
because you can't
they-
leave it because somebody.
Maybe
will
they were
snatch it.
losing teenagers because they had to go home and charge their phones.
What's I'm saying is then again, social networking wasn't
Poor
as
bastards.
big as it is now.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really an issue. My phone was a piece of shit candy bar. Had a dot matrix screen. Breakout is the game.
Yeah, was that the Nokia? Was it
The old
5150
Nokias.
or whatever?
Yeah, it was a Nokia.
Yeah, those are where you lose 2% of power a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, those things would last a
98
fucking
at the end of
month.
the night and shit.
And in Florida, it was nice because the hurricanes knock out power. So I just plugged my Nokia in and power the whole damn house.
No shit. All right, so that's cool. We're gonna move on to moi. Is that a word? Yeah. Anyway, I think this is cool. You guys, I don't know. Somebody had this on the show earlier with a solar sail. Carl Sagan's solar sail.
Yes. Was that me? It might have been. I know I listened to a podcast about it, but
Oh, okay.
it may have been after unless someone else chose it.
I guess what's going on is that this sail that they had is called the Light Sail spacecraft. It was built by the Planetary Society. Who the fuck they are, I don't know.
It's run by Bill
What the
Nye.
fuck is that?
By
That's the
Carl
one that's run
Sagan
by
Design.
Bill Nye the
Discount
Science
NASA.
Yeah,
Guy.
it's run by Bill Nye. Yep. But it was
All right.
kind of like what they called a ping pong effect was going on, where the light sail's batteries got too little power in the darkness and too much in the sunlight, so they were overloading themselves. But now it's fixed, and it's gonna run. It's a sail, just to explain it. I guess it's a sail that runs off of solar energy. The solar powers these batteries that propel this thing somehow through the sunlight itself. I don't know the technology. You have to look that up. I just think it's cool that they got it back, because I heard a couple weeks that it was all fucked, like a month ago that it was all fucked up. And it was just hanging out. There's millions and millions of dollars was just lost in the space, because man, I
I've
don't
never
know.
even heard of this.
Oh yeah, that'd be
Yeah, it's
just
cool as fuck.
such a kick in the balls.
Right.
Well,
Like
yeah,
the
and
Russians, they just lost that fucking rocket.
They're one of the only private.
yeah.
It's the private non-profits. One of the only private non-profit space agencies, I guess.
Right.
So they describe it.
Right. So it's just in the testing phase now, but it would be cool to have those big sails. What's that? Who had those on their ships? Wasn't there a fucking sci-fi show where they had like big solar sails?
Oh, probably. What was that one where they were all in pirate ships and it was like an animated Disney film or some shit?
Oh,
Treasure Planet.
Space Pirates?
Treasure
Planet, yeah.
Treasure
Yeah,
Planet.
Treasure
Maybe that's what I'm
Planet.
thinking of. That probably is actually. I don't know. I'm fucking high as fuck. So.
Right.
Sorry, that was a stupid what's sexy. Now we're gonna move on to an even stupider one, apparently. Slinking around. Explain that shit, Ashtray.
Yeah. So
Is anybody else
gonna-
breaking up real bad?
no, you're breaking up a little bit, but you still
Yeah,
there,
I'm not
Teddy?
breaking up.
The rest of you guys sound fine, because you know we're on the air. I don't know if Teddy's still
Wait,
there. We might
shit.
have dropped him.
We're on the air.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
How
So-
long we had the hot mic?
I was slinking around in this old
Slinking around. Like, I don't. Why do you use that word?
well, it's like when you sneak
You're just- you're
into
being
a place that's
fucking
either
pervert.
abandoned.
You're being a peeping Tom and shit.
I-
You just
No, I wasn't peeping on
Sneaking around,
anyone. I
looking
was
at
trespassing in a construction zone.
looking if.
He
was like the Pink
18-year-olds.
Panther.
We'll make them 18. We'll just say that they're 18.
Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun,
Make sure.
dun, dun, dun.
All right, go ahead.
So-
Sorry, slinking.
I sneak in, and as I'm, the construction fence is just pushed up against this brush pile. All you gotta do is just push the brush around and walk around the side of the fence. But as I'm doing that, I hear some, jerk offs who are in the neighboring house behind the fence line trying to start a fire. And so
How dare they enjoy their?
I know, right? I'm like, all right. So I managed to sneak in, and I get this big Scott Walker transvaginal sticker, put it up on the garage door of this building that's going to be torn down. So it's under construction, but it's close enough to the sidewalk that it's easily. I was driving down East Wash today and watching some woman who's like, huh? Gawking at it. So I
So it's right
succeeded
on East
in that.
I'm sorry, it's right on East Washington and Madison.
Yep. It's right in
Really?
East
Like the
Wash. It's
busiest
literally
street in
like
the fucking-
10
in the
feet from the
city.
sidewalk.
That's awesome.
It's
10 feet.
How long is it?
it's 30 inches wide by about 15 inches high.
30 inches wide.
Yeah, so not quite 3 feet wide, but
But you said 10 blocks. I don't get what you're saying.
no. It's about 10 feet from the sidewalk. I didn't say 10 blocks.
Oh, did you? Did
No, you're
I
stoned.
said blocks. Yeah, I am. But I can
anyways.
I can still hear. I can comprehend words.
Not 10 blocks. I
English
didn't say
not,
that
in,
shit.
not in the correct order, apparently.
Yeah, right?
Maybe he just doesn't know what he's saying.
So-
Maybe his words are mixed up.
Yeah.
Um,
English words.
Angry. I speak English.
As I go to sneak out the back,
That's like the.
the way from whence I came, there's this electric meter that was taken out, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. The power company puts a plastic block around it so you can't get in there and steal electricity. And as I'm looking at that, I see this flashlight coming my way, and I hear, yeah, man, do you see that? I'm like, fuck. So I stand real still because they're literally on the other side of this telephone pole. So I just try to stand narrow like a fucking Bugs Bunny hiding.
You really tried to hide your profile behind a telephone pole?
I didn't. I just
Fuck
didn't
up
move.
Were you at the time holding an Acme rocket?
Yeah.
No, I
right?
was. I wish. But what? I could have shot him and then just left. Or I would have had a rocket pack and fly my ass out of there. So these guys come back and they're like, "You see that?" And I was, no, I don't know, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, "Oh, just waiting, not moving." And it wasn't me they saw. I'm not sure what they're looking at. And the guy's like, "No, get over back here." And I kind of got the impression maybe they were lighting a bowl in like, because the wife doesn't want him smoking in the house or something. They went to the back end of the yard by the fence line. Nonetheless,
Do you
They
just
finally
make this
left.
shit up as you go along?
I think he does.
I'm still trying to imagine him like behind the telephone.
I then
Yeah, just like
sneak around to the almost out to the fence for the brush line, and this Madison Fire Department municipal building that's next door. All of a sudden, the garage door's open, and there's two firefighters out there. Yeah, the weather's pretty nice tonight, right? Yeah,
Dude, this is a
little bit
video
of windy.
game sequence.
This is
Totally a
the, this is
fucking-
the,
So I
This
gotta
is
fucking
from
sit
Metal
there.
Gear Solid.
It's from Metal Gear
3.
Solid, yeah. And while
He's in the
I'm like,
bushes
shit.
moving around.
well, then they close the door. I'm like, okay, maybe if they go away, then I can just like push my way out and walk out like no big deal. And then the guy comes out the front door. Yep, she's coming around. I'm like, oh fuck, what's this? This tow truck pulls into the parking lot right next to the fence line where I'm in the bushes in the dark. And I took some pictures with my phone of this tow truck driver getting this unloading a whole ambulance 10 feet from me. And it was just so absurd. But then all of a sudden, either the ambulance or a vehicle, maybe the guy's truck, like a car alarm started going off.
how drunk were you when you thought this was a good story to tell us?
Why didn't you just walk away? I
couldn't walk away. I was stuck inside.
He's just a tow truck driver. Like,
I was stuck inside behind the fence. You can't get out without having to worm through brush.
so
So like I pushed my way out with
You're
the
in
tow truck
Milwaukee.
driver.
Brush, by brush you mean bushes?
No, he's in Madison.
this
But
is
like,
Madison.
is
Oh,
the
Madison?
truck driver gonna like? Is he gonna care?
Well, it's the Madison
He's
Fire
gonna
Department.
probably be like, what the fuck?
Be like, what are you
Oh,
doing?
wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot you were at the fire department.
There's that crackhead again.
Yeah, it's a fire department too. They're on the same radio system as the police.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's up,
Okay.
fucking-
All right. Continue.
If you just start masturbating, they'll leave you alone. Just start masturbating.
No, that's when they mace you.
That's Oracle's evolutionary defense mechanism. You just
Nonetheless,
Oh my
it worked in
God.
my favor because when the car alarm started going off and the tow truck is rumbling and the jack is wenching the ambulance down, it's just like so much noise. I'm like, well, fuck, here's my out. So then I push my way back through the brush and then
Yeah,
out
that
to
was
the
keeping
back
you there the first time.
hop the fence. And
But wasn't the brush what was keeping you there?
the brush
You
was
had to go
keeping me there in the one end. So I had to push backwards through it because I was halfway through the brush.
Okay.
And then I had to push my way back through, and I just took the chance to go hop the fence on the other side against the
So you're
residential
just
zone.
drunk stumbling through some bushes.
Well, slinking. I was trying to be
You
quiet.
were drunk stumbling,
Get it right,
slinking. You were
Eddie.
drunk stumbling through some
Hey, I
bushes.
didn't get caught, Teddy.
Slinky.
Get it right, man. That's how you get yourself arrested is when you're drunk and stumbling, making noise
And jerking off
and jerking off.
in
Yeah,
public in the bushes.
they don't leave you alone.
You
They're
know what
like,
I did? I used
"Call
to
the
Watching a
cops."
dude do his job.
tell this really one time. When I was like probably 19. I was in this car. There's two other people in the car. We pulled up outside this in Marshfield, Wisconsin, town of like 18,000 people. And we pull up to this in front of this house, and we're going up to this house to buy weed. And this cop just comes fucking flying up behind us with his lights on and shit, right? And it was like, this is before Super Troopers, but this is a Super Troopers moment. So I just took off running. This is back when I was like, I played football and shit. I wasn't fucking a fat ass. So anyway, so I'm like running and I'm like fucking I'm plowing through people's yards. Like the exact opposite of what Ashtray just told us. Imagine me. I was
Just
a bull in a
escaping to
China
get as
shop.
far away as
Yeah,
possible.
I was like fucking just smashing shit. Hulk smash.
Blasting
gone,
holes
you know what I
through
mean? Like,
fences.
it come to find out that the fucking cop was there because there was a domestic dispute call at the house next door. Like I didn't even have to run at all. But so like fucking I don't know, like 45
It's your-
minutes
it's
later,
your teenage
I stopped
instincts.
fucking like fleeing the police that weren't after me, and that's my story.
Bath salts.
Yeah, no, this is
That's what it'll do.
pre-bath salts, man. This is just marijuana and alcohol.
45 minutes where you must have been on the other side of town by
Yeah,
that point.
dude, it happened over by the Dairy Queen, by Hardee's
Yeah.
over there, and I
Well, that's-
ended up over by Fleet Farm. Fucking
Oh my
like
God.
yeah, I'm dead. What is that? Fucking
Wow.
through
a waste.
houses, 4 miles probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like sneaking through yards and shit, but like not sneaking at all. I was just hauling ass.
Just
You know what I
fucking
mean?
running,
Going
climbing,
over-
opening fences. Fuck off.
Anyway, sorry, that's my whole story. Slinking around. Now we're
really
moving
funny.
on to Teddy and date night.
It's pre
That took seconds, and it was massively better than the fucking story that he told in 15 minutes.
Thank you, Teddy.
Oh my god.
Teddy's always
So
got a
yeah,
bag.
had a, I had a date Saturday night. I told Mystic, I told her that if it went good, it'd be my What's Sexy, or if it didn't go good, it would be my Fuck What You Think. And he actually said he hoped it was both, but he wouldn't explain how. He would explain how he fucking yeah. Yeah. But actually, it went pretty well. I showed up 30 minutes early just in case this bitch was didn't look like a picture. No, I just
30 minutes early.
Damn, spying, huh?
Stalking it.
Hell yeah, because I parked my bike on the sidewalk and I sat on the bike and watched her pull in and I was like, oh, okay, if she ain't cute, then I'm starting this bitch up and I'm taking off.
That'll teach her.
That'll fucking teach her. Very fucking picture. But no, actually,
You won't even know it.
She actually showed up 30 minutes early to do the same fucking thing.
Oh.
Stalkers stand for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking right. Yeah, but yeah, we ended up fucking. It actually went really well. We hung out till like 2:00 in the fucking morning. It was nice.
What base you get to?
None of your goddamn business.
You don't kiss and tell.
Oh man, keep it classy.
tell.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Move on to
Classy.
dude. That's how I have him written in the outline. Mr. Arkade. Go ahead.
Dude. I'm the dude.
Just the dude.
The dude,
El
man.
Duderino. His dude.
His dude.
Yeah, the dude.
Word. I just wrote down
That's
soulmate.
pretty sexy. What happened?
Soulmates.
Here's your piece of paper.
Oh, no. I got you.
You got it?
Thank you, though, for.
No, that's cool, man. I got you.
No, we're on the air. Just don't
I'm here.
forget.
No, it doesn't matter. It's free.
I don't know. It's kind of.
Fuck them.
It's our show,
It's
bro.
free.
Do we want to be
Fuck
calm down?
it.
They're lucky I'm not muted still, so fuck off.
Right?
Just kind of, I don't know, meeting somebody and having a connection that's farther than what you would think a normal one would be, if that makes any sense. Feeling like
Did
you've
you
known
meet
them
this person?
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I think so.
Is there love in the air? Is that what's going on?
No, I hate her. She's horrible. It's the worst thing that ever happened. Don't do internet dating. Don't do it, Teddy.
Do it.
Oh yeah, no.
Well, that's actually where I met this. That's actually where I met this chick from.
Something like 25% of
Is
people.
this
I don't know about
That's probably about the
success.
same percentage of anywhere.
Success story.
God.
Did I
Wait,
tell
the
you guys
soulmate
about
person
how
just
I would
was
pose as women on the internet dating things, and then after I would
guys?
gain their trust, I would show them pictures of homeless people with like fucking like herpes and shit.
Just
Fuck,
like
it's fucking crazy.
you
Look,
make
I
a
am
rapport
on-
with them.
Dude, I am on a couple of internet dating sites, and fucking they're guys who actually do fucking. You can tell like that's a fucking guy with a wig and makeup on. And they do that shit. I'm
So
like,
you
that's
wouldn't put a picture up, right? You wouldn't like actually dress up like a woman.
No, so
Use
this
other
is
women's
back when
pictures,
like the
but-
chat fucking shit was still going,
Oh,
or
yeah,
when that
yeah,
was
just like,
popular.
okay.
So then I would
Yeah,
just
lesbian
gain their
chat
trust
or
through the
woo.
chat.
I got you.
It was catfishing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's pervert.
That's right.
what my question is, what was the joy for you in this? To
Just fucking
I-
people.
Teen angst,
Yeah, there you go.
Like, why
just
would you do that?
cruelty,
As a teen,
Just
yeah, I've
cruelty.
done some cruel shit just because
pure evil
me too.
tendencies.
Me
Just
too.
'cause
We
I was
talked
a
about how I
young bastard.
tied up a young Hmong gentleman and called him my prisoner of war when I was drunk one night. That's
Against
probably
this
the worst
will?
thing that's probably don't you remember Talis Rin
Yeah.
when I told him about that? I think it was on an episode. His name was Talis Lin. We called him Tyrus Rin. That's the most racist thing ever, and I did it. That's how
Well,
bad
yes,
of a
but
person
no.
I am, huh?
I had a coworker that went to Japan, and when she came back, she was talking about their language or whatever, and her name is Lupita, or Lulu is what we call her.
Okay.
But since there's no L in their language, it was in fact Ruru and Rupita.
Yeah,
And that shit just made me laugh so hard. I'm like, it's fucked up, but it's true.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
There's that. Who is that? Fucking the dude just died. Mrs. Doubtfire, Robin Williams. He had that bit where he's like, "How do you think that that Kim Jong Il, like that evil thing when he's like, oh, I get you, Bill Clinton, but that's just how I roll." He's like, how does the roll sound in their language? Roll. Anyway, we're done fucking ripping on Asian people. Oracle's got to live around them.
no, we're
Moving on
not.
to the
We got a
Netflix
couple
movie
more
review.
coming.
Before we do, make sure you guys go to our website, ask us a question for the Ask the Idiots questions section that's up next. But we're going to talk about The Bridge first off. And since we were having a guest, I told Mr. Arkade to pick the movie, and it was he's going to tell us about it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The Canadian
I'll
there.
It's interesting. It's a documentary, but it's really dark. It's actually about the Golden Gate Bridge and the number of people that go there every year to commit suicide. And a film crew had just kind of posted up for a year and ended up catching quite a few people jumping. But they interviewed the families, and it's, I don't know, like I told you when I suggested it, that it holds a personal place for me, because they get all serious on you guys. Sorry, bring the dun dun dun. But
I just don't want you to be offended when we make jokes. That's all.
Yeah, horrible people.
Just be ready.
I'm just saying.
Cool. It's cool. Bring it on. But I've had chronic depression my entire life, and it's something that I understand very well, obviously, and a lot of people don't. And I think that I like showing people that documentary to kind of give insight as to the mindset of the people that jump, just so they can understand a little bit more. Because you can be depressed about something, that's one thing, but having depression is a completely different thing. And like for most people, they even say it in the movie, the sun comes out and everything's fine, but for some people it just kind of prevents you from leaving that place. So I know a couple of people that don't understand it, so I like to show them that, to just kind of be like, take a little bit of insight and look at what it's like for them.
Cool.
Plus, it kind of makes you appreciate, if you don't deal with it, you know what I mean, how you don't have those thoughts.
Yeah, and that's empathy. That's a good way to express that. And that's cool that you did that through film. You know what I mean, that you found something that spoke to you in that way. People might find art in other, paintings or written word, or you know what I'm saying, like audio. But that's cool that you found it in a movie.
Paintings.
Well, no, whatever, dude. Don't be a fucking dude.
I know, I'm just being an
Well, no, because I am an artist as well, and I paint, and that did help too. So he's exactly right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
I hope you what did you? I guess we usually do a 1 to 5 bongs, and then like a favorite scene. So, like, what would you give it? 5 being like the best thing you've ever seen.
On that subject, yeah, I'd give it 5. Because there are better documentaries, but none of them on that subject.
All right.
So, and I think the best scene, it's kind of morbid, but it was the very last scene in the movie where you actually watch one of the people they've been talking about the whole movie jump. Something about the way he fell.
His was epic.
It was poetic to the end of the movie.
I'm gonna go out with a bang.
And even if you didn't...
Felt like I was watching Faces of Death.
No, come on. I've seen Faces of Death. That's not.
Yeah, it's not as bad as... I mean, it's unnerving that it's like, well, shit, this person's going to... Oh,
I'm like, y'all know he's going to jump, put a net down there for fuck's sake.
Doesn't work that way.
I mean, come on.
That's like, you tell people about this movie and they're like, why didn't they stop them? It's like, they're down on the, you know how far away they are?
Yeah.
It's a ways away.
They've got telephoto
massive
lenses on their cameras. Like,
Right. Yeah.
it looks like they're close, but no, they couldn't even yell to that person.
No.
And it's so windy up there. And what did they say? It was about 120 miles per hour you fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
And
a
actually,
7-second drop.
since we're talking about do-it-yourself, this is an excellent example of...
Do-it-yourself suicide?
No, but do-it-yourself filming. I mean, it was an indie documentary as far as I understand.
Oh,
Sure,
it was
yeah.
a do-it-yourself one?
So this is where, I guess, in filming that, where do you draw the line between I need this for the documentary and this is what's going to happen anyway, I shouldn't interfere, and when should I do something?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That and actually that brings me to I only saw about half of it. I will watch the end of it, but I just didn't have the time. In what I saw, I will give it a 4.5. I thought it was very compelling. Like you said, there's been better documentaries in the world. Beware, Mr. Baker is one of them. But subject-wise, it took its subject and fucking made you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about auteur, voyeuristic almost. And my favorite scene is that one where the photographer and that girl
Yeah, and he
was
stops
and I
her.
just reached out and grabbed her, pulled her over, and then just sat on her chest. Like he was like telling it like I didn't know what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? Like,
and-
what the fuck do I do? In
Well,
that
he
situation?
recognized how separated he became behind the lens, and he's like, "Wait, I gotta."
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, if that's her decision, should
Yeah,
we stop
right?
it?
Exactly, because that's kind of, you don't live that person's life. You don't know what they're going through.
Mhm.
And that's a big part of it when people that are depressed get suicidal and people get irritated because they don't understand that. There was the scene with the parents. I don't know if you made it that far. I'm talking about they knew their son wanted to do it, but they couldn't really stop him because that's the choice he had made.
They were a pretty good, I guess, example of the best way you can kind of accept
Exactly.
that, because they knew their son even knew that no matter what they did and how much love they showed for him, he was still fighting this depression.
And even the
Right.
dad mentioned that it felt like a prison inside his own head or whatever. So
Right. Fuck. All right. So Oracle, what'd you think? What'd you give it?
Yeah, I thought it was good. Kind of what you guys said in terms of the topic. It was good. Well, how many documentaries have you watched on suicide? I don't know if I have watched a documentary on suicide or one that would really dare to actually look at it.
Mr.
Right.
And it really
was
wasn't.
close.
It wasn't necessarily about the Golden Gate Bridge, and that's something that I kind of found fascinating because I thought that's what. Yes, that was where it was happening, but it could have been anywhere. It was more about these people's lives and what led up to that, and kind of having you appreciate that.
Yeah, it just happens to be what they say the most.
Yeah, it's the most used
Where-
place.
Yeah,
It's picturesque and it's effective.
Right.
You know what
It's
I'm saying? And that's,
yeah,
I don't know if that's has anything to do with it, but
and it's water too.
they
I
did
think
talk
the
about it.
fact that it's
There's kind of a
water.
romantic thing about it.
yeah,
Right. I mean, if you're gonna jump and splatter on fucking rocks
Ugh.
at the bottom, I don't know if as many people would choose to
Yeah.
go to.
there's
the
an
same
oddly
place.
personal quality about it, being able to make that decision to do that. Because it would be different than
Right.
something much quicker, like, a gun, for example.
right.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Favorite scene actually, and one of the things that I liked about it was when the kind of Mexican family or whatever was talking about, and it was early on in the film, and they were talking about how the woman jumped and the kid just kind of burst out. He was just being a kid, he's being a fucking 8-year-old kid or whatever. He's like, yeah, she was acting like a gorilla.
Yeah. She was
And the
laughing at
mom, right
gorilla.
away, she's like, "Oh my God!" She realized what her son just said. She's like, "Oh, don't listen to him."
Yeah,
But they
he's just
kept that
being a
in
boy.
there. Right? They kept that in there, and they kept a lot of that stuff in there. When the guy realized, when he came to the realization that he was impersonal behind the lens, and he almost didn't save that woman. Just some of those little minute realizations. I really liked how they kept that in there. So I'll give it a 4.25. I think it was good. I mean, this isn't an uplifting documentary, but
No.
by any means. In some ways, it is though.
Don't do acid.
I mean, it isn't all.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
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 But it's
I mean, it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it served
Yeah.
its purpose.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, Teddy.
I'll give it a 4. My favorite scene was at the end when little buddy flops off the bridge. I felt like I was watching Faces of Death. I could understand sort of about the depression thing because I didn't leave my room for fucking like 3 months when I was depressed. But it did. But I just I don't know.
It's a weird place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weird place to be. But it's just like, yeah, but taking your own life, I never could fathom that kind of. I like Xbox too much. I don't know.
Well, you gotta have something.
I've never been there
Way to
either, but
stay alive.
I could still kind of empathize with people that have, and that's what
Oh, yeah,
this documentary is trying to show you.
Yeah.
I guess. But all right. So, Ashtray.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna give it a I'd say a 4.25. I mean, it's you don't see very many documentaries about this subject, and it kind of
This is actually the only one I've seen about.
takes it head on. And I don't know. I've been on antidepressants myself since 2008. So yeah, I have my full experience with depression on a daily basis, and it's a hard thing that people don't ever want to talk about.
Yeah.
And it isn't an easy thing to talk about, but yet like suicide happens way more than we really think and address.
Yeah. I know at least 2 people that have lost people in their lives because of suicide.
Yeah, well, I've had 2, friends or classmates.
All right, we're not measuring dicks here.
Yeah, let me show you my suicide dick link.
Suicide Dick.
My
It's a great
suicide
band
dick.
name.
There we go.
Anyway,
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Yeah, Freak Nick the musical is next week. We're gonna move on to the Ask the Idiots, and overall The Bridge. If you guys want to check it out, it's a great movie to indulge in for a while. But I mean, take it for what it is, I guess.
Oh, after a while, I can get a little.
Yeah.
Way,
So Freak Nick the musical. That's Teddy's pick. We're not even gonna describe what it is yet. We'll just watch it. But now we're moving on to the Ask the Idiots section of the show. And number 1 is Carl Rasmussen from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania for Oracle. Why Vietnamese hookers?
Because they're small. They make my dick look bigger.
Make my dick look bigger. Jesus Christ.
My
Number 2.
suicide dick.
Number 2, Nathan Partuki from Fortune, Arkansas. Maybe it's Partuk. I don't know. It's for me. How often do you masturbate to pictures of Rosie O'Donnell? First off, how do you know that I do? And secondly, every day I try to. What's not to love about the woman?
You gotta be committed.
Anyway,
Just once.
just once. You did it just once.
Just once a day. Is that what you're? Or is that?
Well, I
multiple
try
times a
to
day?
every day, but I mean,
You know, you
as
got
many
life,
times as I can
busy.
get in,
You gotta
that's
take the
cool.
kids to school and shit. You can't
Yeah,
be doing it all.
right. You got to work around work and shit like that. You know, taking a nap. Anyway, number 3, Gail Redmond, Des Moines, Iowa. This is for you, Mr. Arkade. Why the fuck would you do a show like this?
I've been wondering that since we started. I don't know. It sounded like fun. I've always wanted to do a podcast, so
Word.
I figured it
Was
was
it
a good
fun?
opportunity. Up until you asked that and made it awkward. Yeah, it was totally fun.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I'm here for, buddy.
put them on.
That's
I
what I'm here
appreciate it.
I didn't even hear what he said. What did he say?
for. Asked him, was it fun?
Was it
Oh,
fun?
was it? Okay. Was it fun?
Was it good for me?
Was it?
Was it good
I've had
for you there,
better.
sweet cheeks?
I would say I've had better, but I
Ass
just
in the studio.
admitted that I've never done it. So
Word. Fuck what you think. This is the section of the show where we tell you to go fuck yourselves. Teddy started out.
I was in Chicago at the fucking and I came across a post on Facebook. Ku Klux Klan is letting in black people to get rid of the illegal aliens. I didn't do any research to see if it was real or not, because that's not what the
Serious?
motherfucker.
So you don't
Huh?
know if it's real or not.
I
But
saw
you're
some
I
Show
don't-
a whole outro on the show.
yeah.
On whether that was real or not. Son of a bitch.
didn't you read the outline?
Well, we better
You're
find out
going
if
down.
it's real.
You're going down with the ship, Mystic.
Jesus Christ. All
You did,
right.
you did the whole outline of the show,
Go down.
but I know the
What kind
point
of
is,
journalistic integrity do you have?
well, that's because the reason that I said is my fuck what you think is because I have family members that are Mormon, and Mormons don't they don't agree with black people, think they're less than whatever, yada yada yada. And the whole
have
point is
family members that are Mormon.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's why
They let black people be Mormons? That's so weird.
Yeah.
No, they barely do. That's the point he's trying to make.
Yeah, they didn't start
So
doing
you-
that till like 1976.
You come from the better black people.
Better stock.
No,
Are you serious? Did I just say that? Better stock?
The Angus.
Yeah, going to hell.
Angus. Angus.
So my thing is, why would you
Angus black.
why would you join a group that's fucking that ostracized you for so long, and then all of a sudden you're cool, so we get rid of these brown people, but then we're going back to you.
Yeah.
Just to let you know. So
But
that
it
was,
gets
that
in high
was why.
school do it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
It's the same thing.
Survival, homie.
Yeah, it's just a social high school lunch table.
Dare I say this because I don't want to come off the wrong way, but Is there any way that could be taken as a sign of progress? That group is now accepting the very thing that they've been fucking.
Well, it depends on how short your yardstick of progress is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's not like we are the world.
I don't think in this case it is, but yeah.
Because you know what? As soon as they kick out all the Mexicans, what are they going to do to the black
They're
people?
going back to the black people, right?
Yeah. All right, niggas, now try to get rid of you.
Right. All right. Jesus. Moving on to Oracle Chinese customs bullshit.
Hey, and only Mystic can say it, bro. He's the only one that got the
I
pass.
keep breaking the rule.
I can say nigga.
Hey, you guys haven't fired me yet.
I haven't come to Madison to punch him in the dick yet either, so
Yeah.
be happy.
It's
You got a whole
bureaucracy.
line-
We're suing
Whole
you
line
for
of dick punches coming
racism.
up.
Yeah,
Good thing
yeah.
I got a suicide
All right.
dick.
Oracle.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
playing my fucking Witcher 3 on my fucking badass new laptop that
Right?
I
You
ordered
should be.
a week ago. But instead, it's sitting in Shanghai, which is like 45 minutes away. It's been there for like the past 4 days because it has to clear customs. It's a goddamn
So what's
laptop.
that mean? Like it's waiting for someone to inspect it, or what the fuck?
I don't know.
Maybe just
I
in case
guess.
it's a
I don't
bomb, they're gonna
know.
Let it sit there for 2 weeks and. if
It's
it
a
blows up, it
fucking
blows up.
laptop, man.
Have you had
just have
time
look
to
at it.
have that letter translated yet?
Not yet.
Well, then it could
Not
be
yet.
anything, right?
It's gonna say that we'll give you your laptop back in a
Oh,
second. We're just
We've
playing Witcher.
we've
Calm down.
already gone through one round of. I had to send
Translation.
documents. I had to fucking. Oh yeah.
To what
what
prove
Send
that you
ID
could buy it?
cards.
Because you're buying it under a false name.
Bought the laptop from Amazon US and had it shipped to a Chinese person's name. Like
Yeah, to a
used it.
Chinese
What
person.
would be the equivalent of our social security number?
Using your
Or
card?
identification number. And but now
Using
it's
my
money.
Yeah, using my
his
fucking
money.
card.
Just using
Yep.
her as a middle person to get it into the
Fucking
country without it sitting in customs. but now
Internet
it's
fraud
sitting in
right
customs.
there. That would put up a red flag for me. Like, oh,
Yeah,
this
but
Chinese
how did
person.
They know? How did they know? Oh, come on. Because she bought a fucking laptop.
It's the
in
Chinese
English from
government, bro.
Amazon?
They know.
Using
know.
Oracle's credit card for an American citizen.
Maybe. Oh, is that how he did it? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she used his card. It would be like if all of a sudden there's this
Actually,
charge.
no, she didn't use his. I'm just having it shipped to her.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
so
having
you
it shipped
actually
to her.
bought it.
I bought it, but I'm
Gotcha.
having it shipped to her.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
Right.
Well, maybe it's
So
just a
anyway, yeah,
custody
it's-
thing for-
So maybe she's pretending
it's
to be.
sitting. Hey, this is my baby. Don't
Yeah,
fuck
right.
with my baby. I don't care if you're
Yeah,
the
well,
goddamn
Your
Chinese
baby's in
government.
shipping purgatory right now.
I
Yes.
want my fucking laptop.
Yeah.
Hulk smash.
Yes.
My 2 terabytes of porn that I downloaded.
smash.
All right. Yeah, that does suck though. I know what it's like to buy something new and you're like, come on, just come
Yeah.
on.
I want it already.
Right.
I want to savor that moment of opening it.
So I'm going to talk about the ghetto.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Their mama don't
Thank
cry;
you.
they just yell. But like I recently started delivery driving over on 76th and Burleigh. For you people who know Milwaukee, that's not a very good neighborhood. But like
Burleigh.
a couple blocks to the right or to the west, it doesn't get too bad. You're in Wauwatosa, but then you go down into the ghetto, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, you're not gonna like delivering in the ghetto, and it's so scary." I haven't felt intimidated one time. And maybe it's because of my size. Dudes aren't
So
gonna
you
fuck
are a
with me.
bigger dude.
You know what I'm saying? And even the
Intimidating.
chick I worked with was like, yeah, they target the women. You know what I mean? They're not gonna fuck with a dude your size. But that being said, I haven't like pulled up and like 17 black guys start circling my car like it's the Wild
Right.
West or
Whipping
something. You know
it
what I'm
with
saying? Like,
chains.
that's how people describe it. They're like, you don't want to go down there. What the fuck, man?
Just
Are you
menacing
serious?
you.
Like,
The
they're
fucking
just
Michael
fucking people
Jackson
like the
music
fucking rest of
video.
us.
Believe it or
Yeah,
not, we're not
exactly.
sitting around waiting for white people to come around.
What
so we
you
can fuck
doing
with them.
around here, boy?
And I
Trying to
just-
fuck
I
with
hate
all
that
women?
connotation that fucking I'm white and I can't go in these neighborhoods and they shouldn't come in our neighborhood and that's whole segregation bullshit. Just fucking whatever. I'm done.
Yeah, we're not
bitching
all
about
sitting
it.
around waiting for white people to come around so we can fuck with them.
Yeah. I'm sure that's exactly what you guys do. Yeah. You're like, oh no,
Yep.
that's fucking fat white guy.
Oh, guys, we got another one coming. Go grab the guns. Go grab the guns.
That's right.
I'm gonna
Don't
order pizza and then
We can't
not
go
answer the
hunt,
door just to
honky.
watch that fat motherfucker knock on it.
honky come on
Anyways.
my lawn. I hunt him.
All right. Ashtray is up next. Prez under attack.
Oh God, this headline I see on Drudge Report.
Fucking Obama.
Barack Obama having a beer at 11 a.m. Oh goodness. Yeah. So he went to meet Angela Merkel, president or whatever they call him now of
Premier
of Germany. Germany's got to be careful about who they let lead. Let this frumpy old lady do it. She seems to be doing all right though.
Premier's German dictator.
Right.
Anyway, go ahead.
So, anyways, because he's at the summit and they're taking part of what was it called? The event they have. It's a traditional Bavarian breakfast where on
G7.
Yeah, it's for the G7 event, but the traditional Bavarian breakfast is that they have white sausages, pretzels, and a foaming lager on Sundays. So, yeah, he's taking part in tradition, and it's like, really? Like, think how many...
He wasn't taking part in tradition? How many people in the country that he leads do the same exact thing?
Yeah, right?
You know what I'm saying? At
Ashtray
11 o'clock
included.
on Sundays? I don't anymore. I've done it many a time.
Ashtray doesn't even need a presidential summit to do it. He just wakes
it's
up.
10 a.m., you got half a
Just
cake
fucking
left.
hanging out.
Yeah. Like, Tootsie, is there a summit going on today?
Right. But that's the
Like,
thing.
fuck it. Well,
I
grab
hate-
me a beer anyways.
the other side, and it's always the other's fucking political party that tries to blow this shit out of proportion. Did you see what he did? He saluted a Marine with a coffee in his hand.
Oh, God, yeah, I remember.
Oh yeah.
But where was the coffee from?
Yeah, right. Was it from Starbucks? Was it an American coffee?
Right.
I like the picture where he
Colombian
bowed to the
roast,
he bowed to the Chinese guy or whatever, and he was showing weakness. I think it was. They said.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, when it's
Showing
tradition.
goodness. Fuck.
Yeah,
Bow.
about the
Anyway.
Japanese guy that like he's showing weakness.
Word. All right. So moving on to our guest, Mr. Arkade. I just wrote gender equality. Go ahead.
I was having a conversation with my girlfriend the other day, and we were talking about the difference between, I guess, what's acceptable for men and women. Like, for example, working food service, she could go up to a table and greet a kid and be like, hey, nice shirt or whatever, what action figure you playing with? Transformers, something you're into, and look completely fine. But as a male, if I do that, it puts off an air of creepiness.
Well, it depends on the tone of voice.
Well, yeah, it very much does. But
You
some
sound
people-
kind of creepy, bro.
What are you doing?
No, yeah, no, I know what he's saying. I can't. I wouldn't be able.
What do you
to.
wear? Like a clown costume when you're doing this?
What's the matter, little boy? Don't you like clowns?
Yeah.
Do you add to the end of your sentence? And puppies are in my van or something? What's going on?
I mean, I got some free candy.
Fucking funny.
See, I work at an ice
I
cream
do.
place, so boom. It's
No, I get it.
I do understand what you're saying, though. It's not
Yeah.
like I go up to a house, like I have to actually consciously, because I have 3 children, so I just talk to kids like I try to talk to kids like they're normal. You know what I mean? Like,
Right, but
like
sometimes
hi, how you doing, cutie? But I really have to consciously do that and be like, hi, you hungry? Are you here to help? You know what I mean?
it's like,
Put on
hey,
a
is your
facade
mom-
so I don't
Yeah.
look like a fucking.
it's not that exact tone, is it? Because that was
No, I'm
I was creeped
exaggerating.
up.
I'm way exaggerating. You know what I mean?
Hey, you got any weed?
Would you like
Right,
something
yeah.
to eat?
But if I was to just talk to them the way that I talk to my children, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I would come across as like, hey, I'm going to sneak into your window later. You know what I mean? Like, hey, little girl, which bedroom is yours? You know, like,
I was saying, like, if a kid comes in with a Ninja Turtles hoodie on,
right.
that's cool. And just be like, well, what's your favorite turtle? And some parents tend to look at me like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, no, I'm a fan of the series. I just want to know what his favorite
And then you try to
turtle is.
explain it to them, and it gets really awkward, and they're like,
Yeah. Because I'm not like, but, all right, well, I guess.
they're like, no, I just want. He can sit in my lap. It's cool.
Right. He can come up to the service station.
Tell me your favorite
Sit in my
turtle.
lap at school. Holy fuck, dude. Now that is creepy. Yeah, we get what you're saying. And we thank you for being on the show. This is actually probably our first successful guest.
Yeah,
I was,
right.
Like comatose.
Sorry to bring the tone of it way down with like the movie and both topics of
No,
discussion.
that's
You guys were having fun, and
Dude,
I'm like, no,
That's
listen
great.
to this.
Thanks for blowing my high,
Debbie
buddy.
Downer.
we've had some serious discussions about Ferraris and nuclear power plants on here before.
Oh, cool.
So
Right on top.
right,
Sex
Ashtray.
toys. Oh yeah.
Anyway, that brings me to the in all seriousness. What's the fucking world coming to when the Klan turns to our darker-skinned brethren? They used to be an equal opportunity racist organization. Now they're selectively hating. Fuck that. This is America. Man up and hate everyone, goddammit. That's the fucking American way. And that's our show. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. And you can twiddle us at twitter.com, Red Eye Podcast. Like us, share us, fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm the Mystic.
I'm Oracle.
Time delayed international oracle. This is Ashtray.
And I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
Wow, and I'm Arkade. Thanks for having me, guys.
Word.
No problem.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
Later.